Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy to have you here, guys. In today's video I want to share my thoughts on Delicious Bouquet from Afnan, a fragrance that was a very recent addition to the Bouquet series from Afnan, from which I've tried all the fragrances besides Cherry Bouquet, and I'm so happy to see that they have added a Gourmand to the line. I feel like the majority, besides Cherry, but the other fragrances that I have tried were more your elegant fragrances, your sophisticated, feminine, elevated fragrances, whereas this is your edible gourmand fragrance that's an ode to a sugared lemon, but we will get into it. So this fragrance was sent to me for reviewing purposes by Afnan, so thank you so much to the team from Afnan. Yes, the video is not sponsored, but with this disclaimer out of the way, let's just start. Now, what to tell you about this fragrance, you guys? First, let me tell you that I am not one who loves citrusy facets in general. I don't like them on myself. I like them in masculine fragrances, I like them on my partner, but on me, not very much. But I've discovered about myself that I actually love a gourmand citrus accord. And what I mean by a gourmand citrus accord, either that sugared citrus peel, either that citrus covered in sugar, anything citrusy, lemony with a sugary, creamy, vanillic base. Sign me up. I love it. I think it works amazing for spring, for summertime, especially for summertime. Like the hotter the better to me, because it's that kind of fragrance that, at least let me tell you what it does for me and for my taste. It cuts through the heat in a way that doesn't feel too citrusy, to the point where it feels like a product used to clean something, I don't know, like your windows or anything, you know. So for me, these kind of fragrances are perfect for the summertime. But let me grab a piece of paper and let me spray it. By the way, if you have tried this fragrance, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, so make sure to put your thoughts in the comment section. Now, I've worn this fragrance, I've tested it on paper, on skin, even on my clothes, even in my hair, so I can give you the full breakdown, let's just say. See, it's everywhere at the moment. So this opens up very citrusy dominant. And from the world of citruses, I pick up lemon, you guys. The lemon accord to me feels very layered and vibrant and multifaceted. In my mind, when I smell this fragrance, I smell something like lemon essence. So it's a deeper lemon accord, but very flavored and rich. Then I smell something bitter and lemony. It's almost like you have, I don't know, some lemon essence that you use for baking purposes, pastry purposes. You have some lemon peels, you have that bitter lemony facet as well. And then you have some freshly squeezed lemon juice, but just like a little bit of it, you know? Because you get a gentle zinginess, acidity, something a little bit sparkling about the opening of this fragrance. So to me, the opening is, let's just say, the spotlight in the opening is taken by the lemon accord, and this lemon accord will linger, let's just say, from the opening up until the heart. I feel like even in the last bits of the dry down, somehow either my brain plays tricks with me, either I actually pick up something lingering from this accord, but it won't be the only star of the show, because as this fragrance gets a chance to develop, different sweet gourmand accents come out and they shine as well. And let's just say that the attention is split equally somehow amongst different notes. But as I'm smelling this fragrance, I can already start to sense it changing. So it goes a little bit more sweet. I start to pick up a gentle sugary facet, something sugary and musky. I'd say in the opening, the sugary musky facet somehow reminds me of the sugary musky combo you have in fragrances like Rosie's Vanille. It's just the sugar here to me feels a little bit more, it's like powdery sugary and then sugar cubes, you know, in my mind. When I smell this fragrance, for some reason this is the image that comes up. And something a little bit musky, airy, gentle, you know, that adds a little bit of breeziness. Yes, now something I want to highlight about the opening of the fragrance. Even though it's very citrusy, lemony dominant, like I've said, all those different citrusy facets that shine to my nose, I feel like especially on my skin, like by the more it sits, like by the minute even, the more it starts to shine. The more the sweet accords start to shine. This is what I wanted to say, sorry. So even though, let's just say for a brief, like 1 minute, it's very citrusy, lemony dominant, and you might think this will go into a bit of a different direction, but give it again like 2-3 minutes on the skin and I feel like the sugar starts to shine. And not only that it adds sweetness, but the sugar, it adds such an interesting contrast to the zinginess, to the acidity of the lemon accord. and then give it another like 5 to 6 to 7 minutes, and a beautiful creamy vanilla starts to shine that not only contributes sweetness wise but also texture wise. So from feeling very citrusy, quite airy, quite light, quite bright, it starts to feel more rich and decadent. In the heart, I feel like the base gets to shine a little bit more, and it adds a lot of support to the other notes. So the texture changes. It feels very round around the edges and smooth and very creamy at the same time. Yeah, like I told you, in my mind, like creamy vanilla with that beautiful and very diverse lemon bouquet. But now it's almost like all those different lemony facets, they are covered in different sweet accents, you know. So the bitter facet, even though I do still pick up that gentle lemon peel type of accord, it's almost like you have some sugar on top of it now, you know what I mean? So in a way, it's almost like the lemony facet melts within all those other layers upon layers upon layers of gourmand elements. I do start to pick up a gentle honeyed facet that adds such a beautiful but a very soft at the same time syrupy quality to the fragrance. It's almost like you have the lemon sponge cake with a creamy vanilla filling. You drizzle some honey on top for like decoration purposes in my mind. Yeah, and as you lean in to smell, you get the warmth. This fragrance, for some reason, it feels warm. It feels, I can't really say that it feels sunny or like sun-kissed, but it definitely feels like the kind of fragrance that exudes warmth from within, especially from the heart part, I'd say, till the dry down. So yeah, these are pretty much the main notes and accords that shine to my nose. So it's for sure the lemon with the creamy vanilla, with the honey, and with the sugar, of course. I do pick up gentle, musky, powdery accents, something airy and breezy. I have to say, I don't pick up rum at this moment on. Yeah, nothing boozy to my nose, but I pick up the honey that shines in such a beautiful way, and it feels syrupy, but it doesn't feel, it's dosed to perfection if you ask me, because it doesn't steal the spotlight from that lemon cake. Or that from those accords that together give the effect of a lemon cake, you know? So it doesn't steal the spotlight, it just adds another gentle layer of something sweet to the composition, and with the sugar, with the creamy vanilla. So yeah, this starts off quite citrusy dominant, then as it gets, let's just say from the opening till the heart, it gets much creamier, much denser, different gourmand accents, let's just say tame a little bit the acidity of the lemon, that gentle bitter facet, but the lemon still maintains this flavored dimension. Yeah, and let's just say from the heart till the dry down, some of the main aspects I've noticed, it carries or it holds this gourmand edible dimension of the fragrance, but let's just say it starts to lose a little bit of the body, goes a little bit more airy, but not, I can't say that I've noticed any significant changes. Now, what I want to tell you, as someone who's not the biggest fan of citrusy accords, especially anything lemony, unless it's a sugared lemon. And in the opening, the sugar accord does come out on my skin. I feel like on clothes, it takes a good 20 minutes for the fragrance to get sweeter. So if you get this fragrance, and if, first things first, I think this smells the most delicious and attractive on the skin, if you ask me. I don't know, I'm imagining again, like it's summertime, you have glittery body lotion everywhere, you know, you do a few sprays of this fragrance, you're feeling yourself, you're going out, you know, to me that's the vibe I have when I smell this fragrance. But if you want to spray it on your clothes, if you love citrusy facets, don't even listen, because this won't apply for you. But if you don't love citrusy facets in fragrances, I still don't think this is challenging, by the way. I don't, and I find it extremely wearable. But what I would recommend you to do is to apply it on your clothes, let's just say, again, a good 20 minutes before you leave the house. So by the time you leave the house, or by the time you put your clothes on your clothes, the fragrance will get to that beautiful edible gourmand stage, you know, that lemon cake with sugar, with creamy vanilla, with everything. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Now, briefly touching on performance, longevity, projection, sillage. So I can tell you longevity at this moment on is 6.5 to 7 hours on my skin. So longevity is amazing for this fragrance. I don't even know, is this an eau de parfum or it's an extract? No, it's an eau de parfum. Yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful longevity. Projection, I feel like, again, in the first hour, this is the kind of fragrance that projects. And in general, this is the kind of fragrance that people smell you. The people will smell it on you. Not only because citrusy facets tend to project further, they travel in the air, but I feel like this fragrance in general, the way it's done, I don't know why. See, as I'm smelling it now, amongst everything else, I pick up something like a little bit of ambergris. There's this like dry woody molecular accord that to my nose comes across as ambergris, but it's so well hidden behind all those gourmand layers. It's almost like it acts as a base to hold the other notes. Yes, so projection, I'd say it's a strong medium projection, you guys. Again, medium, even too loud, if you ask me. I feel like I have to test it a little bit more because I've worn it, but I haven't worn it out, like overspraying it, doing my usual spraying routine, and then let's just say having someone around me telling me if they can smell the fragrance or not. So I feel like projection, I still have to test it more. But from testing it so far and from wearing it so far, I can tell you that this is a good medium, if not medium to loud projection. Now, as for sillage, I do think with 10 sprays you will leave a gorgeous, beautiful, delicious, mouth-watering trail of scent behind you, if you ask me. So yes, you guys, now to sum up my thoughts about this blend, I think I can say this is my favorite from the Bouquet series. This is my favorite. It's the sweetest, it's the creamiest, it's the most fun and uplifting and girly and bubbly and happy. This fragrance, to me, it feels light-hearted, it feels fun, it feels feminine, it feels very bubbly and giggly without feeling juvenile, you know? I feel like the other fragrances from the Bouquet line, think Mystic Bouquet, that's your elevated, sophisticated, expensive smelling, elegant feminine fragrance, you know. Take La Flor Bouquet, again, that's a very elegant, but that's a different type of elegance. To me, that's your effortlessly elegant type of fragrance. Now take the one that's supposed to be similar to Baccarat Rouge, again, that's a very statement, edgy, sophisticated, you know. I felt, again, I haven't tried Cherry Bouquet, but I felt like what they chose to add to this collection in a way completes beautifully the different scent profiles you already have in the collection. So now you have something for the women and for the girls who want to feel a little bit more playful, a little bit more feminine. They don't want anything too serious, too rigid, too this, too that. They want something that feels sunny. They want something that feels happy and uplifting. I think this is that fragrance. So yes, you guys, of course, I would recommend you to start with a sample, start with a decant. Again, if you're not a fan of citrusy facets, like if you completely despise even sugar citrusy facets, I don't think this is for you. But as someone who doesn't like citrusy facets in fragrances, I can tell you for sure, I can I can really guarantee, because at the end of the day, everybody's nose is different, but I can tell you that for me, the citrus is not too much. If you have tried this fragrance, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you enjoy it. Let me know how do you find the performance. Let me know how do you find the scent. I can already sense this will be one of my go-to fragrances this summertime, because I feel like I love this kind of fragrances in the summertime, because again, for me, this is my type of summery fragrance, you know. This is what I would call a summery fragrance that's not too citrusy, too refreshing, too typical of a summery fragrance, that still has something sweet, but it doesn't feel suffocating. It doesn't feel like it's a sickly sweet fragrance, so I don't suffocate myself or people around me. To me, this could be that summery fragrance. Why not? So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any questions about this fragrance, feel free to put them in the comment section, and I promise that I will get back to you. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I will leave my handle up here. Hopefully I will see you in my next video, but until then, I want to wish you an amazing day wherever you are. Bye guys.